Hey guys, Ryan here. If you want to win games like in this video where it feels harder not to win than it feels to lose, then this is what this video is going to cover. Because from the moment you jump from the plane to the end point when you shoot the last shots and you win the game, there's a million decisions you have to make. And most people, they're not making the decisions. They're not even knowing that they have to make these decisions. They're absolutely unaware, and a lot of people are wandering around aimlessly. Now, I cannot cover all of this in one video, but I am going to give a basic point here. I'm going to start from somewhere, and I really hope that in future videos I can expand more. And I'm only going to cover this basic. I'm going to have a full video on that later, just a basic where to drop. And now I'm going to go over some of the more mid to late game rotations. One thing to focus on, notice how we're going to win right outside of Corey, and notice where we are going to drop. Now, right away, every time I get into the plane, I pull up the map, and this is going to be the most important part. You got to always be checking the map and understanding the circle, because the second you see the circle, you should know where the game should end with somewhat of a decent level of confidence. It's not always, it's not a guarantee, but when you look at this circle, you should know that it's going to end somewhere between military and Corey, most likely. It could be to the right of Corey, up on the hills. It could be to the left. It could be maybe up by military. But for the most part, you should know. If it's in the bottom right around prison, farmland, lumber, you should be trying to go to that area of the map somewhat. If it's in the bottom left, in the upper left, if it's in the middle, you should have an idea of where it's going to end. And I don't want to get into too specific of where to drop in these certain areas because there's a lot of personal preference there. But for now, that's the main thing I want to say. Because when you think of those things, it's going to affect the rotations you have to make in the mid to late game. When I'm looking at the map, I'm going to first check, is there a buy station? If so, it's okay to go to. If in Corey, the only buy station is in the pit behind, like deep in that back area with the big building, it's not worth it in my opinion. You will most likely die. Would I go to military here if there's no buy station in Corey? Yes, that'd be very viable. Almost anywhere on that side of the map is huge. Do you guys see that river right in the middle beneath TV station? I would not recommend jumping on the left side of that river. There are key rotation points that you're going to have to cross and are usually death points, and I would not recommend, unless you're landing Superstore or somewhere like that where you can get a vehicle and rotate fast and you're playing for high kills. But that is not most people's playstyle. And I want to focus on the average person here. So after you land, the first thing you want to focus on is quickly getting your loadout. In this game, I died to an opponent early, but my teammates lived. They won the engagement. So we still had the relatively the same amount of loot. We're going to quickly get a loadout as fast as possible. We're going to deal with opponents in the near, and then we're going to wait for the circle. As you can tell, there's about 30 seconds here before the circle ends, and that is key. So many times people don't pay attention to these things. When you can get that info onto where the next circle is going to be, it's going to dictate your future play style and what you're going to do to get the win. All right, so in this scenario, we fragged a lot of people, we killed them. At this point in time, I am in-game commuting to my team. I do not want to rotate too far south to kill these people. If we can kill them without going down the hill and going all the way down to TV station, we will do it, but we are not going to risk the entire game just to kill these people a little bit below, because the odds of going all the way down to TV station and living and making the rotation back are so slim when a vast majority of the people landed before TV station, and they're going to be having to make these rotations in the same way. Luckily here, the people are right in front of us. We're going to get the nice easy kills. We're not going to have to go down, but that is key. I'm going to show you one point here in a little bit that is so important. It was one of the most risky rotations we had to make in the entire game, but it was a very focused rotation. All of these things are focused. You still want to get kills, but you have to understand that your decisions have impact, and you always have to be understanding, is this the right move? If you want to be winning more and you want to be getting more kills, you have to balance the mixture of the two, but you have to understand how to get these things. If you want to get more kills, you have to understand how to cover more of the map, how to play aggressively and smart. If you want to get more wins, you have to understand how to rotate properly, how to avoid choke points that are going to get you killed, how to avoid late rotations, and that's what this video is going to focus on. All right, guys, here I'm going to be looking at my mini map. I'm going to see that it's about a minute 29 or so until the circle ends, and that's when I'm going to have key intel. And so for now, I want to stay relatively in the middle, so in case I have to either rotate to military or Corey, I'm in a good position to do so. Now, I don't want to be right in the middle, in the thick of it, because that can be a little too boring. And I do like to get a lot of kills. Not too many, you know. I mean, just recently I've been trying to push for more wins, and I want to focus on these videos because I know not everyone can get 20, 30 kill games, but I do want to make videos on if people want to get that. But for now, I want to focus on just wins. And so here, we're just hanging out in the middle. We want to get a good power point. We want to get on this hill to overlook and have a good rotation point. There may be times where you have to relax, you have to chill in certain points, but when the circle ends in about 40 seconds, which I'm going to skip to now, you're going to see the rotation and the decision I'm going to make based on where the circle ends. Look at the second that it ended, I pulled up my circle. And look at, I instantly know now. I'm understanding the rotation and I'm choosing here. I'm looking at this. Look at this middle field, this huge street that cuts this circle in half. You have to factor that. That may be a key rotation point, but if we want to win this game, and if the circle ends on the north side here and in the center, where I think it is and where it does end, look, it's right in the middle, straight in front of me. We're going to have to curve all the way around to the right, through quarry, and up to the north. Right now, we're searching for loot. We're gonna play for some kills. But in my mind, that is exactly what I'm thinking. And there's gonna be a point when I choose to make this rotation to win the game, and I'm gonna show it because the rotation takes a good bit, but is the rotation that put us in the same spot you saw at the end of the video, which won the game. When I pull up the circle, the thing that I am focusing on is key vantage points in the high ground, which is above quarry, which is where I'm going to rotate us to. I am down south. We are below the circle right now. We are a little bit off. So we have to make that huge rotation up through the entire right side of the circle. And it's difficult because the later you choose to make this rotation, the worse it is. I am telling you, oftentimes, the earlier the better. It is always a risk to make the rotation. I'm looking right now and I'm choosing, we're going to go to the right, we're cutting across, we're going to go through these buildings, and then we're going to go up the rocks in the back. We're going to execute this. It takes time. It's not instant. You have to deal with the people in between there and then, but you have to have that singular goal that this is where you're going to end up. Because if you want to win these games, these are the decisions you're going to have to make. These are the things that it's going to take to up your win count, to up your KD. You want more kills? This is partially how to do it. I chose not to shoot at that guy because it would alert our position to these people right here. In the comms, I was telling my friends not to shoot because it would let these people know that we're in this building, ruining the surprise. And that is key. So many people give that up. That's another topic for another day. But you're going to see here, I'm going to skip this conflict. Now, a key part of this is I am waiting for this circle to collapse because there is a chance that the high ground is not going to play a key part and that it could have ended on this warehouse I'm at and in the open field in front of me. But it did not. And so I know already, I can look at the circle. I know it's going to end on the rocks. And as I've been saying, we're preparing to make this rotation. As I said, it takes time. It's not just something you rush to. You may have to hold up at certain points, but you have to have kind of an end goal that if we can get to this point, then we should be able to win the game. And that's actually what happened here. And it's what happens in a lot of games. And I'm sure you guys have been on the other side of it. You get to the end circle and you see, and you're just not in the good point. And the people above you, they have the high ground. They're on a good head glitch. And you just feel like there's almost nothing you could do in that scenario to win the game. And that's what I want to help with, is to put you in the reverse. How do you get to be in that position? Here, I'm choosing to risk it right now. I know there's probably people to the right of me and there might be people around, but I want to risk it because sometimes that's what it takes to win. You have to be able to know when you have to send it. Here, we have to kill these people if we want to take control of this, and we have to do it as a team. You saw me look back, look for my teammates, and now we're going to take this hill because if we win this, we win the game. The people are close. We're going to get them down. We're going to get this fight, and we're going to take control. We had a most wanted appear to our left, and so this was the only guy that was to our left, which is very lucky because there's a chance when we make this rotation that there's a whole squad of 3 to the left of us, and if that's the case, we have to boogie fast and we have to push quicker. There we got lucky. We were able to take our time, and now I'm going to clear out the top of the circle because that's the most important part. Are there people above us still? Because if there's a whole squad waiting on top of this hill, it ruins the whole point. We need to clear out all the way, all the edges, all the way behind us if we want to make sure we can get this win. I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna skip it in the video. We cleared it out. There was no one there. But in the future, be checking your map, making sure and understanding that there are not people all the way. Now, the key thing here is I want to stress is do not overplay your position. If someone goes down, then it's okay. Revive them, but don't re-peek unless absolutely necessary, and wait until the circle pushes them. If you are in this power position, the worst thing you can do is waste your resources, is to take away your armor. Because every time you have to plate up, it takes away some of that precious resources that you need to win the game. If they're able to keep wheeling you down, they have a small chance to win it. Because what if you have no armor? What if you keep losing that challenge, you keep taking, and then you're going to lose the armor, you're going to lose the advantage. Here, we're just going to pepper them, we're going to force them, and I'm going to maintain the high ground. And that's the whole key. For the most part, I'm going to let this video just end, guys, but I'm going to keep making these videos because there's so many decision-making things that need to go into Warzone, and I really want to help. And I hope that the people who watch this video, I hope they like it, I hope they enjoy it, I hope that these things actually help you get some more wins. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm going to be getting better on the streams. I'm going to get at it this week a lot more. I've just been kind of chilling, relaxing, had some webcam issues. I think I got it resolved. Anyways, thank you guys. Enjoy the video. Peace.